Hey guys, welcome back for a bonus video this week. During the off season, I did some videos on different blocking concepts that the Dolphins offense has used during Mike McDaniel's time with the team. Those include inside and outside zone, crack toss, influence trap and wham, counters, traditional pass protection, and play action pass protection. If you end up enjoying this video and you're looking for some additional learning material, you can find those on my YouTube channel at OL Coach Smith 63. Today, we're going to go over a run concept called pin and pull that hasn't been used by Miami much, if at all. During their Week 8 matchup against the Cardinals was the first time that I've charted it this season. This is a play that's similar to crack toss that Miami had run so much in 2023 and had a lot of success. But pin and pull provides a little extra flexibility since it's not always the play side tackle pulling. First, we're going to take a look at some teach tape from the Browns from a few years back running pin and pull to understand what they're trying to achieve. And then we'll take a look at the two times that Miami ran it last week. All right, so as you can see here, this is going to be a play that's designed to get out on the edge. Going to see a couple of pullers out there, and then the running back navigating through that. So as we move to the end zone angle, and what we need to happen on this play is that one, we need to pin this edge defender. So that's typically going to be a tight end doing that. And then the way that I coach it is that I tell my play side tackle, play side guard, and the center that I want two of these guys pulling out. We did try to get the backside guard pulling out as well, but we found that he wasn't able to keep up with the play. So when we look at these three linemen, you can see that the guard is the one who has the easiest angle to pin that tackle inside, which means that our center and our tackle are going to be the pullers. The tackle is the lead puller. He's going to get out there and block the first guy that he finds. And then the center is the trail puller. He is going to read that block and either take it to the outside or the inside, depending on that block. And of course, the running back is going to follow that as well. So as we look at that again, you can see that we're getting the down block right here, getting the pin from the tight end out here. Tackle is getting out in space, looking at his leverage. He's getting to the outside of that defender. So our center and running back are going to stay to the outside of that. Moving to our next one, you can see a fairly similar alignment. You can see as the play starts here that we're going to have the tight end pinning inside again. And a fairly similar rep to the last one. Going to the end zone angle. Again, tight end is pinning. Same idea before that the guard is the one who has the good angle. Tackle is out. Center is out. Running back is following. And then on the backside here, we're just getting outside zone left concepts, and they're just trying to seal on the backside. So as this plays through, the difference on this play is going to be that the tackle, as he's getting out here, he's now kicking out that edge defender, and you can see the guard is reading that right away, getting his eyes around the running back, same idea, creating that wall on those blocks that are getting pinned to the inside, and then we're getting upfield with that. On to the next one. So still a very similar concept, but some minor variations to it. So as we look at it here, we don't have that defensive end down inside where he was, but we do have two tight ends. So we're going to get two tight ends pinning that defensive end in, and ideally you'd have him comboing to a linebacker. He's a little slow to it on this play. You can see the different leverage here on these three linemen that we've talked about. Now it's the tackle that has that leverage. So now we're going to get the guard pulling out and the center. And this would have been the situation where we, at one point we tried to get this backside guard out, but he wasn't able to get there. And you'll see the Browns do the same thing as what we do, and that's just to cut that defender off. This, nose tackle type player, as long as he doesn't have a free run directly in, there's no way that he should chase down this play from the backside. So as we look at it again, slowing it down. All right, so there's our double team to pin that defensive end in. Our tackle is pinning the defensive tackle who's aligned a little wider. Our backside guard is getting his head across and cutting off that defensive tackle. And then we've got our two pullers. And once again, this first edge defender is to the outside, so he's kicking that out. You got your block happening a little earlier there, but you basically immediately get your running back one-on-one with a safety with a pretty good size hole, and he's just got to make one man miss. And as you can see, he doesn't there, but it's still a good gain. But this is just another front that we can run this play against and still be effective. All right, and then we've got one more here from the Browns. And as you can see from the alignment, this is going to be a pin and pull to the left. And you can see that that one is a little different than the ones that we've seen before. So let's look at the end zone angle. As this is setting up. So now you can see that this defensive end, they're expecting this play. So the defensive end, in this case it's Bradley Chubb, has moved outside of that tight end. So rather than asking this tight end to try to get to the outside and still seal him inside, there's a nice little wrinkle here where Hooper is going to bluff that defensive end just to keep him to the outside, and then he's going to go ahead and climb to the linebacker. Inside here, we still have basically our same rules. Tackle has the easiest angle to pin that. Now he's pulling, center's pulling, and the backside guard is cutting off. But what we're going to see from this guard is that rather than trying to get around the edge, now he's going to kick out that defensive end. And this play is going to end up looking more, like an old sweep out of the wing T, where you have your front side guard kicking out and your backside guard leading up through the hole. So again, this is just another variation, another adjustment that they can make based on the defensive fronts that are given that may not necessarily be available with a play like crack toss. All right, let's get into watching the Dolphins run pin and pull now. And you're going to see that this is not quite as clean as the Browns. Like I said, first two times running it this year. First play here is going to look similar to that last one that we saw from the Browns, where this end is lined up to the outside, so it's not really somebody that Smythe can pin. So he's going to be climbing to the linebacker. They must have, known this linebacker was not going to blitz in this situation because otherwise this would not have been a good play to run here. But in terms of our three play side linemen, Austin Jackson is going to have the easiest pin here, so he is going to block down at number 90. That means we're going to get Eichenberg outside, We're going to get Brewer to the outside, and we're going to have Rob Jones cutting off this defender. You can see this is going to Janu Smith. And like I said, not super smooth, right? Liam Eichenberg is getting out there. He's looking to kick out that defensive end. Looks like Janu Smith is a little late in recognizing that. Probably should have been angling that upfield earlier. But he eventually gets there. But then we also see that the tackle that Rob Jones is trying to cut off is able to surf down the line of scrimmage, and he's able to make the play here. One thing I did notice was with this, if you look closely in this area as we're going through slowly, I think that Rob Jones got a little tied up with his feet there with Aaron Brewer, and I think that's a big part of why Jones was not able to, slow down that defensive tackle enough to get through that play. But like I said, first time this year that I have us charted as running this play. Not perfect execution, but as that play develops here, you can see that if we get that cut off by Jones, we get Janu turning up a little quicker, and then we get Brewer up there. This is definitely a play that has some good stuff. And then the second time that we run this play, so we're going to get Achane coming in an orbit motion, and it's going to be Wright that's running it. Similar setup to last time, and is too far outside for Smythe to pin him. So Smythe is going to be down blocking to the next level. Jackson is our play side lineman that has the good angle, so he's staying. Going to get Eichenberg and Brewer out again, and Jones on the cutoff block. And let's start with Jones on the backside here, because you can see that on this play, he's going to do a better job. He gets that head across and is able to slow him down, along with the big block from Jackson here. Really moves that guy down to create some traffic. Looking back to the play side, like I said, you've also got Smythe is climbing and creating that wall. But the problem here is that this end, he squeezes a little bit, and I think that Eichenberg is caught a little off guard that he, finds him as soon as he did. So doesn't get a great kick out block there. His momentum takes him to more of a log technique to the outside. And Wright actually does a good job of recognizing that and getting to the outside. You can see that Brewer, immediately is, reading that as what should have been a kick out block by Eichenberg and getting upfield. But you can understand why Wright decided to bounce it in this case. So again, this is, like I said, the second time they ran it in the game, the second time that I've seen them run it all season. And certainly things to clean up, which I think can be expected. But when you look at this play being run twice and the lanes that are being created with it, I think this is definitely something that we should look for Miami to continue in the future. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I did go ahead and create a playlist on YouTube, and you can see that that's under Teach Tape. Again, that's at OL Coach Smith 63, and there's a few other videos that I didn't mention from earlier. There's also Duo and the counter reverse, which Miami refers to as dope. So lots of good information there. If you enjoyed this video, definitely recommend going back and checking out some of those as well. As always, feel free to leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.